To understand chromosomal theory of inheritance discussed by two scientists, namely Sutton and Boveri, we need to understand how meiosis helps in formation of germ cell. This will also give us an idea about independent assortment of genes. Now, we start off from the interphase of meiosis. So, if you remember last year we would have studied G1, S and G2 are the stages in interphase. G1 phase, we start off with diploid set of chromosomes, one from paternal. So, these two considering it to be as paternal and these two considering it as maternal chromosomes. Now, just before I begin, one quick understanding of what is chromatids and what is chromosomes. Chromatids are part of chromosomes, and how do you differentiate or how do you count the number of chromosomes? A trivial method, you could just look at how many centromeres are being present. The number of centromere is equivalent to number of chromosomes. Here I have shown you two sets of chromosome, that is one from paternal and one from maternal. Now, during S phase, which is also called as synthesis phase, there is doubling the amount of DNA which is happening through the process called as replication. I repeat, here we are not increasing the ploidy condition, it is only the amount of DNA is increased. How is amount of DNA increased? By increasing the chromatids. So, each of them, the chromatids are increased. So, if you have started with 2n, we are still at 2n. I hope till here it is clear. But after G2 phase, when we start off with meiosis 1, what happens? In meiosis 1, as you know, prophase 1 has 5 stages, namely leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene and diakinesis. These help in crossing over, and after it is crossing over in metaphase, the metaphasic plate is formed. But the most important part or the stage which is required for our understanding is anaphase. We are considering anaphase 1. In anaphase 1, homologous chromosomes are separated. What do you mean by homologous chromosome? Now, if you remember, we started with maternal and paternal chromosome. These are a set. This is a pair of chromosome. So, in this case, the pair is being separated. So, after meiosis 1, you would see two cells, one carrying one set of chromosome, the other carrying the other set. It is not necessary that all the paternal chromosome have to go to the one cell and the all maternal has to come to another cell. This is not required. There could be also a possibility too where you could have had a pair of yellow with green chromosomes and orange with red chromosomes. So, that is also possible. So, what has separated as of now? Homologous chromosome has separated. After this, telophase 2 has formed, telophase 1 has formed, then we move on to meiosis 2. In meiosis 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2 has set in. After metaphase 2, anaphase 2 separates out sister chromatids. So, I repeat, in case of anaphase 1, you are separating out homologous chromosome, which is resulting. So, here you have 2n, here it became n. Why? Because chromosomes separated out. But in this case, what we are going to do in anaphase 2, we are separating sister chromatids. So, this time we are not reducing the chromosomes, but the number of chromatids. So, here we are getting 4 cells of haploid conditions. But how much is the chromatids? Chromatids have reduced. Assuming we started with X as chromatids, here we have become 2X. Now, the 2X chromatids continued here, and here what has happened? It has become X plus X, and in this case each of them have become X by 2, X by 2, X by 2 and X by 2, if we are considering this to be as chromatids. But when we are considering it as chromosome, we continue to have it as haploid chromosome.